I'm Kat.
I'm Hayley.
And this is Night Classy,
a tipsy night class teaching the oddities and curiosities you never learned in school.
Where are you taking us for this learning journey, Hayley?
We'll be learning about the miracle of 1511.
Oh.
It involves snowmen.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Does a snowman come to life?
In a way.
Okay. I've seen multiple movies about that, so I'm excited.
It's definitely not Frosty, though. I can tell you that. It is opposite of Frosty, I'd say.
The fact that I've seen at least 3 movies about a snowman coming to life is...
This is
the
real story.
I'm excited to hear the nonfiction inspiration.
3 movies of Frosty the Snowman?
I've seen Frosty the Snowman, and then Hallmark has a movie about
she falls in
a
love,
snowman.
right?
Well, that's the Netflix one. There's a Netflix one. And then Hallmark, I might be thinking about the one where a nutcracker comes to life and she falls in love with him. So maybe just 2 live snowman movies.
I think I would choose Nutcracker. Of all the Christmas winter symbology to fall in love with.
Yeah, at least that's like an anatomical man and not a pile of snow.
Right. Not just water.
Right.
Which basically men are.
So true. What's the Hallmark movie? Is it called The Nutcracker? Is that what it's called?
The Nutcracker.
It's so funny.
Nutcracker?
Everybody go watch it.
I hardly know her.
All right.
Oh, okay. So we're done. Kat, what are you teaching us?
Well, fall is in the air.
It is. Thank God.
I am so happy. So I've gotten kind of in the fall spirit, and I was just craving like a spooky episode. So I have a classic haunted house story for us today.
Yay. I love that. I've really Halloween has been top of mind lately.
Same. Anytime I have a bad day, I say eventually it'll be October and I'll be my happiest self.
I think it's just about time to start decorating, in my opinion.
I think so. I think like August is like fall eve, and then September is when I usually decorate for Halloween.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start early this year.
Yeah.
I think I have to for my mental.
The dollar section at Walmart has their Halloween stuff out, and I bought a bunch of Halloween decorations for my classroom.
Cute.
So my classroom is all decorated for Halloween.
Already?
It's going to stay all year. That's just the decor.
Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's always Halloween around here.
Always.
Miss Barnhart's classy.
I know. And now that I teach high school, I don't have to worry about the kids like fucking with my stuff. They leave it alone.
Oh my God, that's so nice. In preschool, everything is coming off the walls.
Oh, same with middle school. I can't have anything without them touching it. And now like I even have like little skeletons and stuff like in my plants in my classroom.
Cute.
Nobody's touched them. Coming from middle school, I was like, these will last a week. Someone's going to steal it. Nobody's touched it. It's so amazing.
I feel like you can really go all out with making a classroom a home in high school.
You can, because they don't fuck with your shit. My classroom is so nice now. I have lamps and plants.
I was just about to ask about the lamps.
Decorations. It's so nice. I haven't turned my big lights on once.
I never would.
No.
Why would you? There's no reason.
No reason.
I need you guys to feel safe here so you can learn. And we all know big light, scary.
Bad. And I'd rather you be sleeping than screaming. So we're gonna turn the lights out.
Anytime a kid falls asleep, I'd be like, sweet dreams. See
You're fine. Just wake up for the exit ticket, I guess.
Hey, I would have wanted to keep sleeping too if I were you. So I'm gonna do others.
I never once fell asleep at school. Not once.
I did. I remember one time we had to do a practice ACT and I didn't care about it and took it real quick and like fell asleep for the rest of the time.
That's a good way to do it.
I would fall asleep in chemistry all the time.
Really?
It was like after lunch and it was so confusing that I couldn't even really make sense of it. So then I would go, and do time after school with the chemistry teacher.
You're just not really, or you are a napper.
Oh,
so
my
that
God,
makes sense that you could do it. It wasn't that I wasn't tired. Like I would frequently be up literally all night because that's what kids do, and I just can't do it.
That is so unfortunate
I know.
because naps bring me so much joy.
Yeah, it's nice for you.
I'm a sleepy girl. Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, I'm really excited to hear about this haunted house lesson. Get us in the mood for October.
Yes.
Shall we get into it?
I think we shall.
All
So
right.
we are traveling back in time to July of 1973.
Okay, nice.
Peak, I think, Halloween aesthetic. The 70s makes me think of the movie Halloween.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the first time, maybe even in the 60s. I don't know when they came out, but the classic pumpkin bags.
Yes.
The hard pumpkin. You've seen them. You love them. You need them.
Americana. So
But I bet it could be 50s. I wonder when those did originate from. I need to know now.
I don't
I'm
know,
have to Google
but
it. You're like,
but they were definitely a thing by
not the
now in the 70s. Clara and Phil Dandy, along with their 4 children, Mike, Beth, Laura, and Mary, moved to a house in the country. Their new home was a remote 1800s farmhouse just outside of the town Hinsdale, New York. They hoped for a peaceful rural life, and they got one of those things. Rural. Almost immediately, the energy of the house felt off, and small but unsettling things began to happen.
There are certain things that you have to do when you move into a new house. That includes a deep clean and a spiritual deep clean.
A spiritual cleanse, yes.
Not that they're not victims, I'm sure, but you also have to know, not thyself necessarily, but know the procedure. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there was any clearing of energy going on, at least not that I could tell. It took them a very long time to even call a priest. So I don't know what they were thinking.
Foreshadowing.
It was not me.
Can I chime in? I looked it up, and the plastic pumpkin-shaped Halloween pails appeared in 1960.
Okay.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Nice. The first decade complete by 73, I'm assuming.
My work here is done.
Shut up, Alec. Some of the things that were happening was the phone would ring and then they'd answer it. No one was on the other end. The family could hear cabinet doors slamming, but no one was in the kitchen. And most disturbingly, they swore that if you stood at the edge of the woods that surrounded the property, you could hear a soft chanting coming from the trees. Spooky.
Oh no. The woods are incredible, but also so scary.
They're spooky. It's the unknown. At first, a lot of these noises were able to be brushed off as just part of living in an old house. Also, they're out in the sticks now, so there's insects and animal sounds that maybe they aren't used to. But as time went on, strange noises continued, and the uneasy feeling of being watched grew stronger.
And you said this is in New York?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wow, I remembered that. I'm so proud of
I
myself.
know, that was impressive.
Upstate New York, is it?
Yeah, I assume so.
Double whammy. I'm like, there are no woods in New York. It's all city.
Concrete jungle. Things got worse when the family began to see groups of unknown faces staring in through their bedroom windows. Horrifying.
Gone. I'm gone.
No. So like at first, obviously, they don't think ghosts. They think they have a peeping Tom. But it's kind of scary when peeping Toms come in a group, a herd of peeping Toms.
It's the Peeping Tom Society.
Yeah.
The PTS, if you will.
So Phil, the dad, runs out of the house because he's a dad. He wants to chase away the peeping Tom. And when he got outside, he didn't find anyone. This is what made me want to do this lesson. This is so creepy. He gets outside. There's no one out there. And then he turns around and looks at the house. And now the faces are inside the house looking out at him.
No.
Yeah. Can you
Was
imagine?
his wife still inside?
Yeah, his wife and kids are inside. So I'm sure he like ran back in and they're just like,
He spent the next 10 hours going inside and outside.
Yeah, what if he just couldn't figure it out?
He's hyper-focused. It only stopped when the sun came up and you could no longer see the reflections.
He's like a dog that doesn't have object permanence. Now I'll see it.
Tales say he's still running in and out to this day.
These early manifestations escalated into full-bodied apparitions, including mainly a lady in white who would glide silently through the halls. Classic.
Oh, that would be my ghost voice. There'd be no doubt.
I think as people were like about to fall asleep, I would scream in their ear.
That is so evil. That is so incredibly
But that's
evil.
spooky, right? If I'm a ghost, I'm fucking shit up.
Yeah,
I'm a
spooky
poltergeist.
because that's pure evil. You're choosing to do that. You could do literally anything, and that's what
I would
you
do.
choose. I fear for a world, you experiencing like a world in which there are no consequences, like the other realms.
Listen, I've never done anything bad in my life.
Not in this life. You, I think, would take advantage of being a ghost and do evil things.
I wouldn't do
is what I'm
anything
saying.
truly evil, but it would be
Screaming as you're about to fall asleep is truly evil. Sleep is
Okay.
essential. And then you can't
I wouldn't
just
I wouldn't keep doing it, just every now and then.
to the same person.
If I don't like them. Depends.
Okay, for the right person, I'm actually
Yeah.
fully on your side.
I think if there was like one really shitty person in the household, I would only haunt them. So they
Yeah.
thought they were going crazy and like no one else would believe them.
Do like a Dexter type thing, like only haunt the murderers and
that's
abusers.
that's what I would do. I'm not screaming in the ears of like children and kind people.
Okay, I support.
Probably, but you know, if there's no easy target, maybe.
If you just need it.
Yeah, it's got to be someone.
There are plenty of bad people around. I think it'll be okay.
It'll be easy to find. They also reported animal-human hybrids hiding in corners, terrifying, and demonic figures that would move around the house.
I feel like a human animal hybrid, is it like waist up human, bottom, what, like goat? What are we talking
It's a good
here?
question. I have no idea. Most of the sources for this are not all that detailed, at least not
Sure.
the ones easily accessible
Sure.
online. I imagine like they just see kind of like a human-shaped hairy figure.
Being, yeah, almost like it took all of its energy to like make one section look human.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Ooh.
On top of the apparitions, the paranormal activity grew increasingly physical and even dangerous. Once a lamp flew across the room at one of the Dandy daughters. On other occasions, household objects levitated and crashed to the floor, and doors sometimes that shut and opened violently on their own.
And you know it's bad too, because back in the 70s, things used to be made of quality. And this is an old house already,
Yeah.
but like,
When
you know,
you
if you throw some
slam a
crap
heavy
around,
door like that, yeah, it's no particle board. Several family members began experiencing episodes of amnesia, and they'd be unable to recall some of the things that happened. Like they'd have a really bad night, and the next day the wife would like tell her husband like, "Oh my gosh, like that was so scary." And he's like, "What are you talking about? I don't remember anything."
Ooh, I would do what I actually do in real life. I call Tommy's sleep persona Draco because he's so evil. So I would just start calling my ghost husband, I don't know, Francis or something like that.
You'd have a ghost husband?
Yeah, it's my husband, but when he's under amnesia, if I can tell.
When he loses his memory.
Yes.
Got it.
Maybe David Jenkins or something.
That's-
Something like
what
that.
an evil
Not
name.
that.
By mid-1974, which is approximately a year after they moved in, the Dandys could no longer explain away what was happening in their home. Mind you, the haunting started like days after they moved in, so they've been dealing with this a long time. Clara and Phil came to the realization, quote, "We're not just unlucky, we're being hunted." Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
girl.
And finally, it was time to contact a church. If I were being haunted, I think I would contact like a spiritual medium or something before a church, but
Absolutely.
they're moving in the right direction.
Carbon monoxide detector is always the first
Yeah.
choice for me.
Yeah. Carbon monoxide detectors, maybe try a cleansing on your own. If things don't get better, then
What are you talking about with the carbon monoxide detector?
Because people get like amnesia and see hallucinations of ghosts if they have a carbon monoxide leak.
Okay.
So you got to eliminate that option.
Yeah.
There's the skeptic in you still holding on. For
Yeah.
Dear
my
life.
first cause is the carbon monoxide in the
To
air.
Home Depot. Father Alphonsus Trebold was then sent from St. Bonaventure University to perform a structural exorcism on the farmhouse. Witnesses reported the house shaking violently, with unearthly screams and cries echoing through the walls.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah, not good.
I'm scared.
At first, it seemed like the exorcism worked. The family enjoyed a few days of peace, and then the entities returned even stronger than before.
And see,
Like,
that's what's
fuck
evil.
you.
It's like, are they waiting just to make you think that it worked? Are they waiting because they're like weak? They got beat up?
I think they got beat up, and then they nursed their wounds, and then they're like, fuck everyone. We're turning it up to 10. Yeah. The cleansing failed, and now the dandies were out. In October 1974, after 16 terrifying months, they abandoned the Hinsdale house.
I'm proud of them for staying that long.
Yeah, me too. Although I think I would stay.
At that point, you would, after seeing your house shake and screams coming out.
I think I'd try another exorcism with a different priest.
Yeah, I think it may have started differently actually with
Yeah.
you living there too.
I think I would stick it out a little longer. I mean,
Sure.
yeah, there's got to be something we can do.
I feel like there's got to be some protection for buying a house, right? Like you have 30 days.
I don't
Is there
think that's
anything
how
like that? Is there like
works.
any protection?
I
of
mean, you
being
could
like,
probably put it in your like contract, but
yeah.
not every seller would agree to that. I'm a real estate agent,
Yeah.
guys. I know this.
I mean, I've never heard of it, I don't think. So it's
yeah,
probably
I don't think you
not
can
a
like
thing.
return your house. Keep the
Back out
receipt.
of the sale after having lived there for 2 weeks.
Yeah. Later, Clara Miller Dandy published, quote, Echoes of a Haunting in 2000. This is a book. It's a firsthand account detailing the haunting from July of 1973 to their escape in October of 1974. So she does publish a little book about it.
She's still thinking about it. How could you not be?
I know. If I experienced this shit, I would publish a book. Who wouldn't?
Anything. I feel like I want to publish a book of just all the drama of my life. I think everyone should.
Yeah.
Publish your diaries.
When people die, their diaries should be published. That should just be standard practice.
I am like so split on that. Maybe 50 years after they've died.
How would that make any difference?
It's going to drop because then
You're
most of
dead.
the people that like knew you pretty like intimately are also dead.
That's fair. But like, it doesn't matter to you. You're dead.
That's true. Some people don't believe that.
I guess if you were talking shit, though, you would hurt the ones you love if they got to read
if
that.
I'm being honest, no one I love can read my diary, is what you just said.
Yeah. I don't have a diary.
You're telling on yourself. Yeah, you keep it all up
everyone's
here.
safe. My diary is mental. After they left, an author and family friend, Paul Kenyon, became the caretaker of the home. He documented his own experiences in the house in his 2009 book, You Know They're There, which is like there as in they are there.
Yeah, great
It's kind
title.
of a confusing title.
You know they're there.
They're there.
They're
Sweet
there,
prince.
darling.
Yeah. His experiences were not as intense as the dandies. The main thing he witnessed was something he calls ground lights. About them, he wrote, quote, one puzzling new development, very puzzling for myself, which has been experienced by many, is that of strange ground lights that appear. They are extremely bright and either fade out slowly or are gone in the blink of an eye.
Like fireflies?
Perhaps. The lights mainly appear on the ground with no apparent source and are totally baffling. We experienced one recently only 15 feet from us at the edge of the road. Two of us ran directly toward it as it began to fade out. There was absolutely no source whatsoever for this strange light, and we stood in the exact spot it had appeared.
I believe them.
Yeah.
There's
So-
something, whether it's a firefly or some unexplained being.
Yeah. And I mean, what he's describing is like an orb or a spook light or a fairy light. Like, this is something that's been described across cultures for hundreds of years and still happens pretty frequently and is still unexplained. A lot of people say it happens at sources of paranormal activity.
Yeah, and they're there.
Yeah, exactly. The house went through a number of owners before sitting abandoned for a long time and was set to be demolished in 2015. To prevent the demolition, paranormal investigator Dan Clace purchased the property. Clace has opened the property for visitors and does ghost tours and paranormal investigations. And of course, any good haunted property needs a backstory. So legend has it the land holds psychic trauma due to a 1799 massacre of Native Americans, which occurred on the property, and subsequent mass burial. Another story claims that a pregnant woman was executed there by hanging. And also there's a story about a pair of murderous brothers that used to live in the house and would rob passing stagecoaches and then store the bodies in the basement.
The guy who bought this house, if he's like making all of this up, he's like, okay, we've got to have a backstory. Not everyone is going to believe this. So we just have to really be sure.
There has to be options. It's choose your own adventure. Yeah. I just like have that Michael Jackson sound playing in my head that's like, none of it's true. It's all made up. They made it up.
No, surely not.
No.
It could all be true.
Or none of it's true. It's all folklore.
It's either or, right?
It's all folklore. Local historians and the Seneca tribe members dispute these claims. They state there's no known native burial ground, and also the story of the hanged woman was likely fabricated, as well as obviously the murderers. Like, none of that happened. We have records of like everyone who owned the house, and none of them are murderers, to my knowledge.
I mean, he really just threw them all the options out. He tried, not for lack of trying.
I mean, all our stories, and I don't think he made these up.
Okay, yeah, I know. I'm just pinning on him. I don't know why.
I think actually the guy that moved into the house after the Dandies made them up in his book. And then, but of course, they're still like kind of promoted because you gotta have a backstory.
And then if you do have those paranormal experiences in there and, it feels connected to one of those stories that already exists and out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How it's a confirmation bias to be like, oh yeah, there was that woman who was hung. That's why I feel itchy on my neck.
Exactly. It's stuff like that. Apparently one of the Dandy daughters like had a premonition about her death and died pretty young. And so people say they see her in the house. I don't know. There's like modern day folklore as well that's maybe not completely fake. Since June 2015, Clace has hosted overnight ghost hunts and daytime tours, as well as welcomed paranormal investigation teams from all over the world. Visitors commonly report full-body apparitions, shadow figures, EVPs, unexplained footsteps, and growling. Oh. There's also a recurring bee infestation in the upstairs bedroom. It's been speculated that this is possibly tied to a spiritual portal.
I don't think so. Just my hot take. Like
I mean,
old
it's kind
house
of like The Exorcist,
made of
like
wood.
when there's flies.
Yeah, flies I could see. Locusts I could see.
Bees are scarier though because they can hurt
so?
you. They can hurt you.
I just maybe hornets. I would be like afraid of hornets, but I feel like a bunch of bees is just you got to call the beekeeper and insure up your house.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Have you seen that lady that grabs like bees with her bare hands and then they follow her away?
Like yeah.
Bee-
so videos.
Bees are scary in the Candyman movie, but that's just because they're coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. Well, you're one to talk because you're terrified of all bees all the time.
I am, but I'm also on Hayley's side that if you find bees in the attic, that does not mean haunted.
In a bedroom. And it's like the most haunted of the bedrooms.
I
don't know. It's
I'm not
weird
buying
they
it
keep
for haunted.
going back. It's weird they keep
it is
going
weird
back.
that they keep coming back. I'll give you that. But I also think that any swarm of insects is inherently creepy.
Oh, yeah.
So
100%.
there's that.
I mean, insects are creepy.
They've got a branding issue with Dandy as their last name and now Honey and Bees as their
2 strikes. One more and you're out.
It's too cute.
Dandy Honey, the haunted room.
Well, we can rebrand.
What should they
We'll
change
workshop
it to?
I mean, it's called the Hinsdale House. There's nothing about bees
That's a
or
little
honey.
scarier.
Yeah, Hinsdale House is good.
Yeah, I kind of
nice alliteration.
I added honey.
The honey house.
Yeah, maybe they're not even honeybees.
The dandy haunted honey.
The Bumblebee House. On several occasions, paranormal TV shows have filmed specials in the house. On a 3-day event hosted by Paranormal Lockdown, Nick Groff and Katrina Weidman locked themselves inside the house and surrounding woods, along with spiritualist Tim Shaw. On day 1, Weidman felt an overwhelming sense of oppression. Groff reported feeling like he was being choked. Shaw refused to sleep in Mary's room due to nausea. Mary was one of the daughters. On day 2, the crew captured EVPs saying, "Yes, it is," when they asked if the woods was cursed. They also heard chanting and quote-unquote grotesque noises in the woods.
I'm intrigued about what this chanting is.
I'm more intrigued about the grotesque noises. What is
Maybe it's an
that? What
orgy
could be
and
grotesque?
they're
Yeah.
chanting.
Did you say his last name was Weidman?
It's a woman. Weidman, Weidman. I don't know how to say it.
It's just an unfortunate last name.
Weid, man.
Weidman.
Wide man. On day 3, when Groff was alone in Mary's room, he felt his blanket being tugged.
Oh, that's so annoying.
So
I got
that's
mad
scary.
at Tommy last night for pulling my blanket because I hate the sensation. Like he'll be asleep and pull it so hard that it like untucks the sheets and then cold. Yes, he like yanks it and the cold air flows into my feet. And to me, it's just a sensory nightmare. So I automatically get like so angry. And I'm like,
I would get angry too.
You did it again.
The worst thing is when you wake up freezing and the blanket is off of you, but there's a bunch of pets like laying on it. So you can't pull it over to cover you. And you just have to like scoot one leg under the blanket as much as you can. And just the other leg is just cold.
You got to have one blanket on standby.
That's true.
And I stand
a
by
backup
that.
blanket.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. They recorded an EVP saying, "There's no heaven." Investigators suffered dizziness, confusion, nightmares, and mental distress even after leaving the property.
I wonder if that thing that said there's no heaven, I feel like that's propaganda. Maybe they just aren't there.
That's a
It's
demon.
Yeah.
That's
or
a demon.
It was just John Lennon's song Imagine, and they like tuned in at just the right time. So it's like, imagine there's no heaven.
That's how EVPs work.
It's easy
That's
if you
true.
try.
Just scrolling through the radio.
Yeah.
I would love it if it went through the radio and it was just at that what is that song?
Grab a bucket and a mop for this wet ass pussy.
In his book, the ghost apparently said, "Ooh, wah, ah, ah, ah." And that's a wet ass pussy.
What's that Miley Cyrus song you used to sing on this show?
What does it mean?
That one. A 2023 investigation by Link Dandy Paranormal recorded a voice saying, "Sit up or sit down." No one heard it in real time, but it showed up on the recording. Ongoing phenomena reported by visitors includes blood tastes in people's mouths. It's a creepy one. Electronic malfunctions and pressure sensations in Mary's room. They also see full-bodied apparitions, shadow people, and disembodied voices.
Shadow people.
Don't like.
No.
Some of these sound like, do you know that comedian Connor O'Malley from
No.
I Think You Should Leave? He just does bits where like he'll like walk around and he'll be like, have you noticed like around rocks you get like super tired? Like
Is he the main guy on I Think You Should Leave?
That's Tim Robinson.
Oh.
He's one of the sub guys, but
Okay.
he just does videos like, oh man, I get so tired around rocks. Like the idea of like, oh man, I like totally taste blood in that house. I'm just like really tasting blood. Like
So true. Every haunted
sounds like
ghost
a
store I've
kid.
been on.
a kid making something up.
Yeah.
I'm going to start saying that.
I totally
I'm gonna
taste
start
blood in this house.
Yeah. I'm going to say it at work though. See if they, how often I can get sent home.
Yeah, get sent to HR more like.
She's being inappropriate.
She's scaring us again. Many of the sightings occur in Mary's room, but of all the children, Laura was the most affected by the haunting. She's the one that died. As with any haunted location, there's skepticism on the internet, especially on Reddit, and also from locals. It's been suggested that wildlife like bobcats, coyotes, or bullfrogs could explain the strange noises. And as we know, bullfrogs can be very deceptive with their sounds.
But can they be grotesque?
I don't know about that. They can definitely sound like barking dogs. One local said, quote, "I've been to that house countless times and never saw anything out of the ordinary." Okay, cool. Maybe your third eye is shut. Not something to brag about.
Yeah, that's not convincing.
Others assert that stories of massacres, hangings, and native burials were exaggerated or fabricated for tourism. That's true. The house is currently open for visitors. Kleiss has done a lot of work repairing the house and puts all the money he makes from tours back into improving the home and the property. By everything I read, he's like a pretty cool guy.
Okay, money bag.
Yeah.
Sounds like to me.
But that is the story of the Hinsdale house, the most haunted house in New York State.
No way. The most haunted.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, the Amityville
That's
house
what they
is in
call
like
it.
New Jersey, right?
I think it's also in New York.
Is it?
Well, this one's more haunted.
Yeah, they don't want you to know about the Hillsdale house.
This one has been buried by history.
That was a great lesson. I'm definitely in the mood for spooky things.
Good. I'm glad. Me too.
I have the Yankee Doodle Dandy song stuck in my head, but like, I'm a haunted family dandy. Like, I keep trying to sub in lyrics for this dandy family haunting.
You should go to a different song because no one knows that song.
You don't know Yankee Doodle?
I do, but not the way you were singing it. That didn't sound like Yankee Doodle.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy.
No, that's not it.
Oh, how does it go?
No,
he put a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle went to town. Yankee Doodle dandy. Yankee Doodle something with the girl something.
On her dandy.
I think we're singing two different dandy songs.
What?
There's no way it's been used more than once in the history of time.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy.
I think you're singing I'm a Goofy Goober from SpongeBob.
Or am I singing I'm an Oscar Mayer wiener?
I don't think you're singing a song that has ever existed ever.
I'm going to have to get to the bottom of this.
All right, we'll be back.
Okay.
I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy.
I've never heard this.
This is it. You've never heard this?
No, never in my life.
I've never felt like an older person than I do right now, where I'm like,
yeah, listen to this song, Alec.
I'm like singing like turn of the century whistle tunes, like parade songs of like World War I.
It's from Golden Records too.
Don't you guys know that song from my youth?
Golden Records. It was the turn of the century.
All right, well, we're rolling.
Okay.
All right, we are back and we're going to learn about the miracle of not 1911, 1511, 400 years earlier, and in the Middle Ages.
Okay.
It's the winter, Middle Ages in Europe. We know them for famine. We know them for violence.
Two-dimensional paintings.
Plagues, I just said. Oh my God. Yeah. Two-dimensional paintings, amazing cat portraits.
Oh, the best.
Sickness, all that crap. But perhaps a little winter festival could raise the spirits for those in Brussels. You'll, baby. You'll not get disappointed this winter. Boom. Marketing.
That was good.
No, it wasn't. And what winter festival is complete without some snowmen? Thankfully, at this time, snow was bountiful and they were having an extremely unnaturally cold winter.
Imagine being a medieval peasant making a snowman. Like, I get cold wearing proper clothing.
My hands would freeze off.
Yeah.
How are they doing it?
There's no way
know?
they all had gloves.
Surely
they barely
not.
had shoes.
Did they?
Some of them probably didn't.
Yeah. It was rough.
Yeah, things were hard out there. I wouldn't be wasting my precious warmth making a snowman, but good for those that did.
They were so ready to make these snowmen, even though some call it, even still today, the winter of death.
Well, yeah,
A lot of people
giving
died.
themselves frostbite had to make a snowman.
During this time, the people of Brussels set out to build over not one, not two, not three, but 100 snowmen
my
around the
God.
city's center. And it wasn't just for the winter vibes. It was for something greater. And not only were these snowmen not normal snowmen, like I said, they're not your Frosty the Snowman. These were kind of freaky snowmen.
To scare away evil.
No, well, kinda. They were also snow women and mermaids and sex workers
Cool.
and dentists
Snowman
and
party.
unicorns. It was
Oh my God.
a party.
All of my favorite things and then my least favorite thing.
Snowmen.
No.
Oh, unicorns?
Sex workers?
No. The dentist.
Oh yeah. How did we not? Like, surely you hate unicorns more than you hate dentists, right?
I was also picturing like they have these hundreds of snowmen and like they can't help it that men in the town just start like fucking the snowmen, so they like have to pretend they're sex workers.
Yeah, they have to make
they're
like
actually
one
sex workers.
one sex worker snowman as a sacrifice.
They have to repack her every hour. That's
There's little
okay,
kids like charging a nickel, like
Oh my God.
it was, and that's this lesson.
the miracle of 1511, the bolstered economy of. Oh
And everything was better after that.
God! Every single episode has like a moment where Hayley and I are dying at like a fleshlight type simulation joke.
And Kat's like
Yes,
smiling away.
I'm laughing.
Yeah, she's smiling and waving.
I'm no prude. Just kidding. I am a prude.
You're a bit prudish.
I'm a prude.
I mean that with all the love. That's funny you say that because I specifically left out a quote that is almost integral but not to this lesson because I knew you would not like it.
I appreciate you taking me into consideration.
Yes, you're very
You're gonna say it
welcome.
though, right?
No.
Oh.
I didn't include it. If you
Oh.
want to know the
I
long
wanna
and
know
short of
it.
it, the long and short of it is that one of the snowmen was actually a woman and it was depicting bestiality with a dog and a
Oh.
rose covered her asshole.
Yeah, I don't like that. I'm glad you said it though.
The thing, what were you going to say?
I just
Alec?
like that my immature bit was not even as bad as it actually was.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Like, I think, yeah.
These are not PG snowmen here. They're raunchy. And one of the only ways that basically a guy wrote a poem about this, to go back to the quote, and that's the only written record we have of it, but it was really hard to find the poem. There are like bits of it here and there, and it was translated from Flemish,
Yeah.
and so a lot of the meaning has been lost.
I
So-
feel like 500 years from now, people are going to hear a Lady Gaga song and be like, wow, things were crazy back then. They
Like-
were fucking snowmen.
they were witches.
Like this probably never happened, right?
This I'm gonna believe happened.
Okay.
I'm choosing to. So these were really provocative sculptures. There was also a snow nun, including her habit, and she's depicted seducing a snowman.
Oh,
There are two
blasphemous.
quite blasphemous. This whole thing is just blasphemous. Two snow people are getting it on. They're having sex in front of a fountain. Also related to a fountain, there's a young boy peeing into the, not just the snow, but into the face of a drunken snowman.
Okay.
And at this point in my lesson, I have a sidebar fun fact so as to pad my notes a little bit. And I think it's kind of fun. I like it. You might hate it. I don't know. But the fun fact is that a small boy pissing into a fountain is now a symbol of the city of Brussels.
Really?
Really, truly. And even though there are so many similar fountains to the one now in Brussels, tourists travel just to see him. And I'm about to show you some pictures.
Okay.
The
It
statues-
reminds me of like the sticker that like truck owners put on their car. It's
Oh,
like if
yeah.
you drive a Ford and then you have like a sticker of a boy like peeing on like a Chevy logo.
That
shit
I'm
like that.
sure historians can go throughout time and
Yeah.
trace it back.
Peeing
to
on
this.
things has always been funny.
It's always been in.
Mhm.
And I love the name of it. The statue is Mannequin Piss. P-I-S. So Mannequen Piss.
Okay.
Mannequin piece. And he's also adorned with clothes. He has an extensive wardrobe consisting over 1,000 costumes.
Whoa.
Which are changed out multiple times per week because he has so many.
So many.
This is the kid that's pissing that has the
Yes,
costumes?
he's a statue.
Oh, he's tiny.
He's very, very
He's kinda-
small.
It's kind of creepy with him being so tiny. I feel like he's a gnome.
Here's one of him as Santa Claus.
Okay.
There are a lot. This is,
What is
as
that?
Diablata. I forgot to look it up, but he's wearing a full outfit.
Regalia.
here. Yes.
And I can't see clearly. Is his penis coming through the clothing?
Yeah, it sure is.
It's
Okay.
custom.
No, none of the water is blocked. It is custom. Here he is in his little judo
Karate.
outfit. Yeah.
And wasn't the original kid pissing on a drunkard?
Yes, he was.
I think it would be much funnier if they had a drunkard in the fountain.
Well, the thing about this is the original fountain existed for over 100 years before the snowman.
Okay.
So
So there was
it's-
already a pissing
There was
boy?
already a symbology
Wow.
of it. So it's not because of the snowman thing. The snowman thing was
So that-
inspired by.
That boy has been there for like 600 years.
Actually, no, not that
Oh.
specific boy. That's a replacement because the original boy had been stolen multiple times and eventually was lost to time,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But there is a society that keeps him in good health and around good friends. They're called the Friends of Mannequin Piss. They handle his costumes. They decide which fan recommendations for costumes get made and which ones don't.
That's a fun job. I want that job.
I need.
Yeah.
I need $200,000 a year because
Uh-huh.
this is very important.
Extremely.
1,000 costumes to manage. I need a team.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't know when or why this statue depicting a boy pissing became symbolic of Brussels, but there are a few tales and theories. And for this part, since I am just padding, I will be so real with you guys. I just pulled this from an article on Atlas Obscura,
I
written
love
by
Atlas Obscura.
me too. I want to get some of their books. I always see them at like Barnes and Noble
Yeah,
or
like
at
their
people's
tourism
houses.
books.
Yes,
Yeah.
and just have a nice coffee book because I love
They're a
Atlas
good coffee
Obscura.
table book.
So this article is by Stanislav Stankovic. There are several legends associated with a mannequin piece. Some say that the statue was inspired by a legend regarding the 12th century battle between the troops of Duke Godfrey III of Leuven and Berthrouts. Sorry about all these names. Try not to lose yourself too much. They're not really important.
We're
The
still
Lords of-
flying off of Stank. That was a good one.
Okay, good.
Flying high.
The
Stankovic.
Stank. The Lords of Grimbergen, Little Godfrey III was only.
Little Godfrey the Third. That's one of the pissing boys?
No, we're about to get to
Oh,
it.
okay. I was like, Little
actually,
Godfrey the Third.
It is. So Little Godfrey III was only 2 years old when he inherited his duchy. The commander of his troops hung a basket with a little cord on a branch not a branch tree, on a tree branch to encourage the soldiers. According to legend, baby Godfrey took a piss on the heads of the Burhouts, who subsequently lost the battle.
What?
Moving on.
Wait. No, not moving on. They hung a baby in a tree to encourage the soldiers, and then it peed on the losers. Is that what you just told me?
It peed on
A
someone's head
basket
and
with
then
the
they
little
lost.
Lord. Yeah, the baby was in the tree.
Wow.
That's like that
Things were different back
song,
then.
That nursery song.
Oh.
What is it like?
Yeah. Rock-a-bye baby in the treetop.
When the wind falls, your cradle will drop. If
I
the
don't know
branch
that
breaks,
part.
the baby will fall. Down comes baby, cradle and
Yeah,
all.
that's right.
I'm hearing Michael Jackson again being like, the baby's not in the tree. He was never in the tree. Little baby Jerome the Third. What was his name?
It's not
Little
true.
Godfrey the Third. It's not true.
None of it's true.
He doesn't piss on people's heads. It's not true. Have you seen that? Someone did an edit where like they're pretending to be his PR team, like with headphones in behind the scenes, being like, okay, Michael, just like go with the story we told you about how the kids slept in sleeping bags on the floor. And they're like, okay, Michael, you can do this. And he's in the interview and he's like, the kids slept in sleeping bags on the floor. And the journalist is like, anywhere else? He's like, well, in my bed too, of course. They're like, God damn it.
Oh no.
But he like could not help himself to
Yeah.
ruin the excuse. I'm not laughing at the act. I'm laughing at
Yeah, at the
the,
bit.
Yeah.
the absurdity
Yeah.
that one of the biggest pop stars in the world would say that.
Yeah, to be a PR wrangler for
Mm-mm.
in that
No.
situation would be a hard job.
I would.
A little bit harder than picking
Quit.
costumes for a fountain.
I know my skill set, and it's not with the PR stuff.
And truth be told, he probably did not have a PR team.
I'm sure he did.
Don't think
What do you
Michael
mean? Of course
Jackson
he
did?
did.
I mean, maybe, yeah, I guess
Of course
so.
he did. He had
I think he could
lawyers. He had
Pay
everything.
whoever,
Yeah.
whatever.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hard to believe.
Yeah,
the
he-
stuff he
it's
says.
It's shocking.
He bungled it, but like he had to have had a PR team because nothing ever really like came of it. And then there wasn't even like people weren't even like really talking about it that much until like 10 years ago when that big documentary came out. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's not true.
Up next week, Michael Jackson. Alrighty. We have two more legends. Another legend claims that the statue represents another little boy famous from another war. The story goes that Brussels was under siege in the 14th century. Enemy soldiers tried to blow up the city walls by placing a bomb near its foundations. But unknown to them, they were being spied on by a little boy. When soldiers moved away, he simply urinated on the fuse of the bomb and saved the city.
Wow. Good thing he drank water that day.
He was very hydrated. There were like a million bombs.
And they didn't even have hydro flasks and Owalas back then.
No, he was wealthy.
He was saving it
drinking
up.
Voss,
Mm,
actually.
yeah.
Some Aquafina.
Mm-hmm.
This also sounds like an I think you should leave sketch with like the baby competition where it's like baby bunky bunkskins, like, and then it shows how they died and it's like pancaked by a dump truck.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I don't know what you're saying.
They're doing a competition for babies and then they're showing like babies that have won in the past who are now like 80 years old and died. It's like in memoriam, but it's
fun.
showing
I
a baby
remember
and it's
now.
like that
Yeah.
they got pancaked by a dump truck.
All right. Another story says that mannequin piece represents a son of a wealthy merchant who one day got lost in the big city. His desperate father organized a search party and turned the city upside down. The boy was found happily pissing in somebody's garden. The sculpture was a gift from his father.
That's
It's
cute.
like something to remember me
Yeah.
by.
Happily
As if you could
pissing.
ever forget.
Is there any other way?
Happily pissing in somebody's garden.
I'm always happily pissing. I don't think, knock on wood, I've ever had a UTI.
Yeah.
At all.
Really?
Every piss has been good.
Wow.
Yeah. From the
You're
first
lucky.
piss, I was in love. But I have heard about how painful they are. So
Yeah, they're not fun.
yeah.
Have you ever had a yeast infection?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are really
I mean,
not fun.
who hasn't? That would be really crazy if I hadn't had one of those.
I've had a lot more UTIs than
Really?
I have those. Yeah.
I think I've had probably like 3.
Okay.
2 or 3.
I've had one yeast infection and countless UTIs.
Dang.
I know. My immune system sucks. I think I'm getting sicker right now.
I was wondering if I was getting sick right now.
I mean, we're all about to get sick. School just came back in session. I'm just waiting for it. I always get COVID or the flu like the first month I'm back teaching.
This is the season for COVID. Like consistently every year,
Yep.
one of us, if not multiple of us in our friend group have had it.
Yeah. It always
these
comes
kids.
back. Mm-hmm.
So
These kids.
is the miracle of 1511 that the kid was pissing on a drunkard?
No, this is all a sidebar.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the miracle yet.
I
We
haven't
haven't
even-
gotten to it. I thought we had moved past it, and I
Oh,
was like, I
no.
still don't. The miracle is that they like made a snowman of a woman fucking a dog.
I mean, yes, but there's more.
Okay.
Back to mannequin piss, as I was saying. Just kidding. Right, I already said the original is lost, but it dates back to at least 1388.
Wow.
Yes, so very old. Okay, back to the snowmen in Brussels. There were also several snowmen gambling, depicted pantless. There were snow cows fertilizing the ground, and many other people just doing all kinds of sexual type poses and stuff.
Okay.
So the poet about oh my God, I'm like malfunctioning. The poet, Jan Smacken. Oh my God.
Stank and Smack. Two powerful names.
He thankfully recorded this event. Like I said, it's one of the only things we have that links this to actually ever happening. He documented all things snowmen. Unfortunately, the poem was written in Flemish, so we don't necessarily really get all the sexual innuendos or even,
Yeah.
you know how language changes and evolves.
Yeah.
It just doesn't always make
Doesn't
sense.
translate.
Yeah, doesn't translate. Some scholars believe the miracle of 1511 was a form of protest. For example, one of the snow people having sex was a virginal snow lady with a unicorn in her lap, who was built outside the Palace of Kudenberg, a royal residence where the Holy Roman Emperor Charles V was supposed to be living. And the people felt like you should be here amongst your constituents.
Yeah.
But he was actually in Austria living with his aunt.
Okay.
And they're like, why aren't you here? You
Yeah.
should
Why
be
aren't you here?
Well, I looked it up and he was living with his Aunt Margaret of Austria because he was literally 11 years old.
Well, he should have known better.
He's going to be king. He should be amongst the
Yeah.
constituents. He had taken over that role when his father died in 1509. So he was 11 in 1511, so he was 9 years old when
Wow.
his dad died.
They're like, come back here and piss on us. We'll love you if you piss on us.
We got a thing.
And is the bit like if you sit on a unicorn, it hurts?
What?
I was wondering what the unicorn was about too.
They put a unicorn horn in his lap.
I thought she was holding a unicorn while being fucked.
No, I think,
A virginal snow lady with a unicorn in her lap.
and wasn't it outside his house? Like, come
Uh-huh.
sit.
Maybe so.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah,
I
come
painted
sit
a
on
whole-
this.
I'll
Oh, and
paint
no
a
one
whole
was having
picture.
sex with a virginal lady.
I don't know. There was a lot of
Okay.
sex.
Get your
head out
Wait,
of the
no.
gutter.
One of the people was having sex.
Okay.
Was a virginal snow lady. So
Okay.
I guess we just don't know much about who was
Yeah.
doing who and where and how.
Okay. And she was holding a unicorn. Do you think the unicorn was just there to represent that she was royal?
Yeah. Yeah, I
Okay.
think that's it.
Okay. And
I
they're
think
like,
you cracked
fuck
it.
the royal family.
Oh,
Give us
yeah.
your son.
They're
We need him to
pissed.
piss on us.
We need the warm.
Yeah.
We're cold
Melt
out
the
here.
snow.
We want yellow snow.
All of these statues sound very difficult to sculpt out of snow.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, they were
right?
probably using not gloves, but tools.
Yeah, or ice.
Like, let's face
Yeah.
it, the legs of a snowman is a giant ball because that's the easiest thing to do. So then to like have legs and laps and
I mean, have you
unicorn-
seen like snow sculpting competitions though?
I guess.
There
People
was
can make them
also-
really detailed.
So much snow, and it stayed so cold for so long during this time.
It's also heavy as fuck, so it's hard to get it
Yeah.
to stabilize on legs.
I feel like you could pack a bunch of snow and then it freezes overnight and then you can kind of carve it.
Yeah, I
maybe.
think this is totally
Yeah.
doable.
So I was wrong to picture the 3 spherical snowmen.
Yeah, none of them are
Doesn't
your
sound like
classic
that.
snowman.
None of them are the classic. Okay.
Oh,
Well, I don't know that for sure. I wasn't there.
Now I
But-
wonder when the classic snowman was invented.
The dawn of time.
In my research, we have, I don't know the answer, but I stumbled across something that talked about like the first picture or depiction of a snowman. I don't remember what it said.
It's like the year before was the miracle of 1510 was they invented snowman.
Then they took it way too far.
They love the snowman and they did too much with it, like the minions.
Got a little too excited.
All right, Alec.
It
what do we
doesn't
got?
have a specific date, but goes back to the 14th century.
That's when this was, right?
It's got to be before then, though. Like that has to be written history. There's no way people didn't make snowmen
I
before.
mean, yeah, it's
Well,
there've been snowman.
Listen to this. In 1494, a prince who was called Piero the Unfortunate commissioned the then 19-year-old Michelangelo to create a snowman for his mansion.
Wow.
There's no way Piore the Miserable invented that out of his mind.
Well, he at least asked Michelangelo to invent one.
Yeah. So
If we end up
Not invent one,
researching
but
that,
make one.
Yeah.
Imagine if Michelangelo invented the 3 sphere.
There's no
snowman.
way. Impossible.
How did that not come up in my research?
I would be so disappointed.
Yeah.
If Michelangelo's snowman was just 3 balls, I'm pissed.
The fact that he was commissioned to make a snowman is like the most fun Michelangelo fact.
Those are fighting words. I taught it like a 2-hour lesson.
I know,
on
and
that.
you forgot the fun facts.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Ja.
Designed by
Michelangelo. We know that song. We know
I know
that song. Okay, there's more. Believe it or not.
What's the miracle?
The miracle is that
Is
this
it coming?
happened.
Oh, it just
God
that it
damn
happened.
it.
I thought one of them was going to come to life.
I don't know why they call it a miracle. The miracle is
I was waiting for the miracle.
The miracle is 100 provocative snowmen.
Okay,
In the 1500s.
I guess that is a miracle.
Amongst famine
Okay.
and violence.
Yeah, they're
and
living
wealth
off their last
disparity.
turnip and then spent all their calories building snowmen.
They're giving it all they got. They're hallucinating. I don't know what's happening, but they built a shit ton of snowmen. Brussels was a part of the Holy Roman Empire. They had about 50,000 people living in the city. And scholars wonder if the townspeople were put off by the Habsburgs and the rulers of the area. It's unclear if this winter festival was like an official thing that like the royals were like, we'll have a winter festival, or if it was just winter time or kind of like what happened.
Gotta find something to celebrate.
Yeah. But they felt like maybe the townspeople felt slighted by all these wealthy people like putting on a winter festival as they're fighting for their lives.
So the palace is having a winter festival.
Yeah.
While everyone
Perhaps.
frozen starved
We don't know
to
for
death.
sure. Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
I could see being a little mad.
Yes. So maybe it's them rising up, trying to address this wealth disparity and the famine. There was a snow castle built depicting a man hiding in fear next to a defecating snowman. This was meant to mock a castle commander who had fled the castle while it was under attack. So they're making a lot of statements.
They built a castle that looked like a man defecating?
Well, there's a snow castle, and then there's also a man like kind of hiding behind or near the snow castle.
Okay.
And he was scared.
She wasn't there, Alec.
Yeah, you guys keep asking, like, why? What do you think about?
Well, it just keeps escalating where you're like, and then there was a palace, and it was, and I thought you were saying, and then there was another palace shaped like a man defecating. And I'm like, they're making all this out of snow?
Alec, do you think it would be better storytelling if I just listed off all the descriptions of snowmen that we can find?
No, I'm trying to picture it in my mind's eye.
Picture a city of 40,000 people, so like a mid-sized college campus, and all around the campus there are snowmen.
Okay. And then you added palace to the mix, and then I thought you added a palace shaped like a man. And that's where I was like, wow.
That's where he drew the line.
You had me at palace.
Like,
you had me at snowman.
These
snowman palace?
These peasants are saying they're starving, but they clearly have like a lot of ingenuity and time on their hands. If they're pulling this.
They can't have both.
Yeah.
Like
what else is there to do?
Starving artist. Ever heard of it?
They can't have ingenuity and be poor, you guys.
Doesn't work that
Capitalism
way.
doesn't allow it.
That is exactly how they were feeling. Perhaps it's a statement. Okay, let's see. Wikipedia said that the rich built snowmen too, but that the poor people set out and specifically destroyed the rich snowmen. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if any of this is true, but we had to include that. But eventually the snow melted and the wealth disparity continued. But some scholars argue that the miracle of 1511, the miracle being that this ever happened at all, brought a shift of power. Not an immediate change, but a visual representation of people coming together to make a statement.
It was a protest.
Yes,
Mhm.
it was a protest. And the spring after this winter brought massive flooding to Brussels. all the snow
melted at once.
Houses were washed away. Mills were destroyed. Bridges went down. But that is true. A lot of shit was fucked up. Thankfully, the King of France donated 1,000 gold coins to the town. And I tried to look up 1,000 gold coins in like time money converter. The estimate is between 176,000 to $3 million.
Okay, somewhere between
So pretty
those
wide
two.
range. It's either a fuck you to Brussels or he's really helping them.
He's like, what'd you do with all the gold? They're like, we built a dam and it's shaped like a little boy and the spillway is his penis. It's beautiful. We're obsessed.
This is the symbol of our city now.
We love this image.
It's provocative. It gets the people going. And we're going to close out on a quote by Eckenstein. He says of the miracle of 1511 that it literally changed the society of Brussels, giving the public a voice, shifting the balance of power back to the public, and changing the class system within Brussels forever.
The magic of snow.
It is magic. It
like-
always has been.
It was like Twitter or something for them.
Mm-hmm. It was. Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
profound.
Thanks.
Oh, my FYP is a little boy pissing on a drunk snowman.
It does feel apropos with, you see all this stuff about censorship happening in the UK in terms of like YouTube and stuff like that. I've been seeing a bunch of hullabaloo about it, but people are complaining that the internet should have anonymity and you should be able to post crude stuff on the internet and get away with it. And I could see this applying to that in that, like, I should be able to make a snowman of the most perverted thing and get away with it.
Maybe
It
to an
is-
extent.
All so. It feels like so long ago, but we're still fighting for the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's disheartening.
Yep.
Fighting for our right to have a
Be.
kid pissing on someone.
Yeah.
A woman fucking a dog.
To not have billionaires exist while some people are still literally starving.
To have our 11-year-old king live in the same city as us.
We just want him home.
Important.
Bring him home. Well, I hope you all had fun.
I did.
And that's all we got.
Well,
Good episode.
thanks everyone for being here.
Felt great. We love you so much.
Love you.
We'll be back.
Whether you like it or not.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Class dismissed.